Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. I'm Christina. Thank you guys so much for watching. So today we're going to be playing with the one palette from Lawless and the Hourglass Seamless Finish Liquid Foundation. As you guys know, this is like the liquid version of the Hourglass Stick Foundation that is so freaking popular. So I'm really excited to show you guys how all this went down. So if you guys want to watch my video with me, then let's get started. But before we do, I feel like I have to get this off my chest or else it's going to be super weird because this is literally my 6th take, you guys. My 6th take, and I kept having this thought at the back of my head, and I feel like if I share it with you guys, I'll be less awkward because I felt super awkward and I acted really awkward because I've been living here for 3 months now and I've never heard my neighbors on both sides. Like literally I've never heard like anything, not a peep, not a thump, not a bump, nothing. I've never heard any sound from any of my freaking neighbors, and as I say that, I'm getting quieter and quieter. So I've never heard them before, right? And then on top of that, I don't know, I never even realized I did it until my boyfriend told me, but every day for about an hour, I'll sing at the top of my freaking lungs. I'll play my music really loudly and I will sing along with it to like every song that I'm into, like Thank You Next, Big Bang, 7 Rings, Live Without Me, all that stuff. And I am in it, okay? I am in it. Whoever the artist is, I feel like I'm them, and I'm just like singing my own song to a concert, to an audience. I'm performing. Like I am literally into it so hard and I'm singing so loudly, but I've never gotten a noise complaint. So I just assumed that since I can't hear them, and apparently they can't hear me, because if I was my neighbor, I would complain about my singing, you know? So I feel like they can't hear me, I can't hear them. That means the walls are thick, and yay, that means I finally am paying rent for something that's totally worth it, right? No. So literally when I turned on the camera for my first take, as soon as I hit the record button, I heard my neighbors for the first time on this side, and I've never heard them before. I heard crystal clear words. It wasn't like just like mumbling or something. I clearly heard the words that they were saying. So I'm just like, have they heard me this whole time and they just never saw the complaint? Like they just didn't mind listening to me making YouTube videos? Like I have no idea, but that's to me, that's very mortifying, very embarrassing. I feel very insecure. I'm a very insecure person, I'm not gonna lie. Like instead of giving them the benefit of the doubt that they're good people and they just let me do my thing, I'm just embarrassed and insecure. I feel like they're like, oh hey babe, our crazy neighbor is the one that thinks she's a YouTuber. Yeah, she's trying to make a YouTube video again. Like I just heard her do her intro, so let's just listen to her. Ooh, she thinks that's creepy. Oh, she thinks that's good. Oh, she thinks that's worth your money. Oh, she thinks that this product sucks. Oh, she just blended that. What? You know, like I feel like that's what they're doing to me on the other side, which is like so messed up because like I don't even know them, you know, but that's what I'm very insecure that they're doing. So I just feel very embarrassed and very shy and awkward right now. So I feel like if I let you guys know that that's where my headspace is at, you'll understand why if I get awkward or get quiet, because I'm really afraid that they can hear me. And if they can hear me, like I'm talking about them right now. But anyways, yeah, as you guys can see, I am obviously doing a halo eye and I'm like pretty much in the middle of it right now. So I decided to do like a really everyday yet, I feel like halo eyes aren't an everyday look, so I wanted to do something that was everyday but with non-everyday technique, if that makes sense, you know? So what I really love about this palette, and by the way, the reason why you don't see this palette throughout the video is because I got a broken palette. So when I opened it, a bunch of the pans were broken and there was shadow everywhere. So if I were to hold up the palette to you and show it to you guys, shadow would literally fall everywhere. So that's why I haven't been holding it up and showing you guys which shades I'm using, and that's why I'm not holding it up now. But I wish I could, because honestly, this palette is really the one, like the one, okay? I have been obsessed with makeup since as long as I can remember. I started wearing makeup really early on, like 15, and I have been obsessed with it. I've seen so many palettes, I own so many palettes, and throughout all those years accumulated, if you were to ask me what palette would embody an everyday palette, I would say this one, like the one. This is the one. I feel like this palette is perfect for any makeup junkie because they would absolutely love this, because there's so many reasons to love it. But this is primarily super perfect for people who really like makeup but they don't want to buy a bunch of palettes. They're not makeup junkies. They're people who want to be beautiful, they want to have quality makeup, they want something really versatile, yet they don't want to have to buy a bunch of things, if that makes sense, you know? I know a lot of people like that, and I feel like this is perfect for them. Like this will be like the only palette that you need for like the entire year or until you hit pan, and you'll be fine. You know, you could do so much with this. You could literally do 5-minute glams, something subtle, something from day to night even, because there's a black in it, so you can like turn your subtle look into something smoky and just add the black on. And you could do everything. You can make this super glam or super chill, super subtle. You can make it super smoky or super like fresh. It's just perfect, so versatile. There's a bunch of browns in here. There's a bunch of cool tone browns, rich warm browns, and wait, no, cool tone browns, warm tone browns, and rich browns. So it's a really good like array of it. There's a mauve, there's a dusty rose, there's a plum, and like I said, there's a black, so you can intensify your look. And then there's a brow bone color. There's a bunch of different shimmers. It's just so perfect. I love mixing like the cool tone and the warm tone browns, and then you get like a new color, so that's even more colors. It comes with 18 shades, but if you're mixing your browns and creating different shades, that's even more colors. So it's just so versatile. It's so worth the money. It blends well, it's creamy, it's very pigmented, it's not patchy, it's just so good, and it's clean AF. So I feel like this is so perfect for someone who does not want to own a bunch of palettes, but they want quality and they want versatility and they want a lot for their money. This literally is a lot for your money. You get a lot for what you're paying for. It is on the pricey side, but I feel like it's totally worth it. So I absolutely love it so much. And now time to go on to the foundation. So you guys, this foundation is so funny to me. So I watched a lot of videos on this foundation before I got it, because a lot of influencers got it in PR, you know, before it released. So all of them said the same thing, like use a brush for it. It's better used with a brush, and you don't need to use primer. You don't need to use primer. Remember that, okay? What they should have said is don't use primer, bis. Okay, that's what they should have said. Do not, huge ass disclaimer, don't use primer, bis. That's what they should have said. They should have been like, oh, well, this product is so amazing because you don't need to use primer. No, it should have been, don't use primer. Do not use it. Don't use primer, okay? I feel like they can hear me. Oh, I feel like they can hear me. Okay, anyways, the reason being is because I absolutely love primers. I know there's some people who feel like primers are a gimmick and it's a conspiracy. It's just like to waste your money. But for me, I have found primers that make your makeup last longer. It instantly makes your face look totally like different. It fills in your pores, your fine lines. It gives you a little bit more of an airbrushed look even before you put on your makeup. It makes your makeup last longer. So I do believe in primers. You know, not all primers work, but like the primers that I do use, like they do actually make a difference. And so that's why when I heard you don't need to use primer, I took it as you don't need to use primer, but I'm gonna use primer because I want to, you know what I mean? Because I want my fine lines to be filled, my pores to be filled, to be a little bit more airbrushed and blah, 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 right? And I want my makeup to last longer. So I used it with primer, and what happened is if you use this with primer, the primer acts as a barrier between your skin and the foundation. So it will literally deflect the foundation. The foundation will not like get onto your skin. So literally, it's like if I were to get the foundation and apply it to this palette, I kid you not, if you get a brush, you'll keep swirling it around and you'll just keep seeing strokes and it's not blending in at all. You use a beauty blender, you'll just see like the pounce stamps, but it's not going in. Like it acts as a barrier. At first I thought, okay, maybe it's just this primer, let me use a different primer, let me use a different primer. I kept using different primers because I was so damn stubborn, and the same result happened every time. So finally I stopped using a primer, just moisturizer, and I tried this with a brush and I tried it with the beauty blender, and it just works amazing. So the reason why you shouldn't use it with a primer, you don't need to use it with a primer, is because it literally, every pore, every crevice, every fine line, everything you have in your skin, it literally goes in, fills it in, and plumps it up. So literally you look so airbrushed, like freaking airbrushed, flawless, seamless. Like it is called the Seamless Finish Liquid Foundation. It's called Vanish. It literally vanishes all your imperfections. You literally end up looking like a porcelain doll. You look so airbrushed, so photoshopped. It's amazing. I freaking love it, okay? So I can see why you shouldn't use a primer with it, because if you use a primer with it, that's already filling in your pores, and this is trying to get into your pores, it's blocked. Do you get what I mean? So It works perfectly fine without a primer. It works better without a primer. So don't use a primer with it. It's not that you don't need to. It's don't use it or else it won't work. It's what it should be, okay? If you use a primer, it will not work. So don't use a primer, you guys. So it works well with the beauty blender. It works well with a brush. It does work better with a brush, but it still works fine with a beauty blender. You still get the same result. You just gotta pounce a little bit longer. That's it. It's fine. Not pounce longer, but you have to use a little bit more product with a beauty blender. But I feel like that goes the same way for all foundations, because beauty blenders suck up the product more. But yeah, you just have to use a little bit more product with the beauty blender, but you get the same effect. So you can use it with both. I absolutely love it. It's very full coverage. You don't need to use a lot, and it's mattifying, but it still makes your face look like skin. It gives you like that flawless airbrushed porcelain doll look. Like that's what you look like, a porcelain doll. I have noticed that when I was watching videos from influencers, the ones with dry skin, they were all saying that it was too mattifying for them. I find that that's because they have dry skin. I have combo skin, and I noticed the ones with combo skin loved it. So I feel like if you have combination or oily skin, this is probably for you, because the wear time on this is amazing. I wore it for 9 hours and it still didn't get oily on me. And I love the stick foundation. I love the finish. I love the way it looked. I love the way it blended and everything. But the reason why I never continued to use the stick foundation was because it was cream. So since I have combination skin, it would literally melt off my face. I kid you not. Baking, setting powder, whatever, it would not help. It literally would melt off my face after about like 3 hours. So I couldn't use the stick foundation. So that's how I was excited about this. So this lasts so long, and it's mattifying, and it's just freaking amazing. I absolutely love it. So if you're on the combination and oily side, you will like it. I'm guessing if you're on the dry side, you probably won't, but that's just based off of dry skinned influencers. I don't have dry skin, so I wouldn't know, but I'm just saying from the videos I've watched. So yeah, this one's very full coverage. You don't need to use a lot. The look is so freaking amazing. I love it, and yeah, it's just amazing. I wish they had come out this sooner. It's literally the best. I freaking love it. So anyways, here's the footage of me unboxing it. It just comes with a plastic sleeve on the outside, and the plastic sleeve just says the one on it, and then on top it will say the one, and at the bottom it'll say Lawless of the sleeve. And I can't believe that this is my first vlog, and this is like my first unboxing, and this is what happens. But I mean, I guess it's a good thing because it was entertaining, but at the same time, I was like so thrown off that I literally had no words. I was just like, what? So as you can see, it's a box within a box. So I thought that was pretty cool. Like, I like that this is very like minimalistic, very simple, yet very modern and different. Like, there's not a lot of packaging like this, like a box within a box. I thought that was pretty cool. I like the sleeve that was outside. I liked that it's all black, and then you have like the embossed, the one, like the word the one is like embossed and shiny, and it looks nice. I really like it. And also it's clean AF. It shows all the chemicals that it's not made with. It also has the names on the back of all the colors, and also I'm just pointing at the shelf life, which is 18 months. You guys should actually pay attention to a lot of your affordable makeup eyeshadows. Why did I say makeup eyeshadows? Your palettes that are affordable, a lot of them, their shelf life is very short. So just pay attention to your palettes. I mean, I'm not saying all affordable palettes have a short shelf life. I'm just saying that I've noticed that they do. Also, I'm doing that to show you guys that it's heavy. When things are heavy, they feel more expensive. When they're lighter, they feel cheaper. So this one feels very expensive because it's heavy, and boom. That's exactly what it looked like when I opened it up. But anyways, yeah, I was literally at a loss for words. I was just like, I literally just saw that and turned the camera off, and it made me so sad because this palette is sold online only, and as soon as it was released, it was sold out. And Sephora is terrible at doing the email notifications, you know, like email me when this is back in stock. For me, I feel like it never emails me. I have no idea why. Every time that I want something that's sold out, it never emails me. So I just get into the habit of just checking on it every day on my own time. So I kept checking, and finally it was available to purchase. So for me to see it come like this, I was really disappointed because I was so excited for it. But anyways, guys, I hope I didn't talk your ears off too much. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope that it was informative. I hope that you liked it, and I hope that you guys stick around and subscribe and like, and I hope you guys enjoy the vlogs that I'm about to come out with. And yeah, just thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good night, you guys. And if my neighbors are watching or listening, I'm done. Sorry for being noisy. Good night. Don't hate me. Bye.